Hello, beautiful people, beautiful souls, light warriors. I want to come online to talk a little bit about the energies right now and whatever is streaming through me. And I have opened the channel. I'm stepping aside and allowing spirit and the highest divine light to come through me with clarity and unconditional love with the information that is needed for us at this pivotal time in human history and in Earth's history. Um, so much is going on right now on the planet, and um, one of the wildest things uh, Hello, beautiful light warriors. I am Kamala Marie, and I'm coming online today to be a channel for the divine and allow the Most High God, the Most High Spirit, to come through me with the information that is most needed at this time for humanity. Um, Gaia Sophia, our planet, is going through a rapid transformation and awakening process right now, and we're seeing the signs in nature. We're seeing the signs in the oceans and with the volcanoes erupting all around the world. I think it was yesterday, a huge volcano erupted in Ethiopia for the first time in 12,000 years. That was a dormant volcano that was never supposed to erupt. And the fact that it actually did is a pure sign that the Earth magnetics are changing, the frequency is changing, the grid is changing, or the old grid is disappearing and dissolving, and the new grid is coming online. And we humans can also feel this. And I want to talk a little bit about the divine dragons um, in correlation to this, because the divine dragons are benevolent, high frequency energy blueprints, they're frequencies, and they are here now to assist Gaia Sophia, our Earth, and humanity in awakening and reclaiming our power. And these blueprints are, sorry, my nose is, sorry. Hmm. Yes. And these frequencies are nudging us, pushing us ever so gently, but also uh, relentlessly into our transformation, into our ascension, and into our activation as angelic humans. And they're pushing our planet in the same way. She's waking up and she's actually in labor. She is in labor pain right now. She's birthing so much benevolent divine energy, and the liberation, the full liberation of her um, essence, I want to say. You may have heard about the ley lines and the dragon lines, and all these lines are um, are the grid that is uh, the energetic currents of our planet, and as they are realigning and reactivating, and the new Earth crystalline plasma Thrive Wave grid is coming fully online. what is important to know is that there is some action going on within the oceans. The waters of the planet are containing many, many secrets. There are so much that we don't know. There are realms and beings and dragons, and they are awakening, and we are seeing that in the stirrings of the oceans with the changes. I think it was Jamaica. There was some, I don't know, a gooey substance that was um, coming up, rolling in with the tides and coming onto the shores, which looked something like, uh, I don't know, mm, like the jelly fluids that comes out of a woman when you're giving birth. So a lot of interesting things are happening. And in these grids and within the ley lines and the dragon lines all around our planet are all these dragon eggs that are hatching. And the dragon eggs are containing Christ energy, Christos Sophia energy, very, very, very high frequency energy and divine light codes. And as the eggs are hatching, uh, those energies are spread throughout the grid. And that means that as we are tapping in, grounding, anchoring, and connecting energetically with the earth, we are also receiving these beautiful awakening codes from those dragon eggs. So the dragon energies are very important to the ascension of humanity and the ascension of our planet. Right now, the dragons have been our allies for eons in ancient times, and they have come back because a certain percentage of the human collective has proven themselves worthy of once again um, connecting with these magnificent magical beings of light and sound. So it's a very exciting time. And while all of this is happening, we are going through what looks like another dark night of the soul for humanity and the earth. There are so many wars. There is genocide in Sudan, in Congo, in Palestine. So many countries that we never hear about are experiencing hardships, devastation, and natural disasters, famine, and oppression. We are seeing digital ID being enrolled in several countries all around Europe, and the United States are also facing their own downfall and a huge drama. It's a huge drama all over the stage. At the same time, we're also feeling how our freedom of speech is continuously being narrowed down, and we're seeing and all the time fearing another um I want to say um jab in invasion, and all of these things that are going on in the world, it instills a lot of fear in people. And right now it's so important to stay in the light and to learn how to master our emotions and our thoughts so that we are not swept away with the drama, but remain centered and aligned. And the best thing really is to keep grounding, keep anchoring ourselves into the grid, into the new earth tidal wave grid, crystalline grid, to receive all these new benevolent codes, and also to have a healthy spiritual practice in whatever way and form that fits you. So, yeah, being a light worker right now is being in this place where we are feeling this suffocation, this tight grip around our throats, and the attempt to keep us down, and just really peacefully dissolving into some sort of etheric free version of ourselves where we just know and trust and have faith in the divine, in God, in spirit, in the Most High, that we are held, that we are protected, and that the light has won. We are here incarnated at this time for this very specific purpose, and we are all embracing our missions and our life's purpose. We are all re-accessing our original soul blueprint, and our higher selves are coming into our earthly physical vessels to take over and operate from here. So there is a lot of purging and purification happening for many of us in these times of now. The rest of the karmic looping has to go now, and that means people, places, and situations that are not serving us. Everything is brought into the light, to be seen and to be dealt with. And there is so many lessons in speaking our truth, in setting our boundaries, in removing our masks and our defenses, and standing naked and honest and empowered in our own sovereignty and authenticity. So while we might feel the purge or dark night of the soul at a collective level, at a collective level, and maybe also in our individual reality, there is a knowing that we are preparing, or and in a way we are ready. It always looked the darkest before the dawn, but it truly is a rebirth that we're going through. So this is really a good thing, a positive thing, and we are yeah, we have the opportunity to get back into who we used to be. I mean, all our positive qualities, all our original traits, the innocence, the purity, the imagination, the wonder, the curiosity, the playfulness, the receptivity, the trust, the resilience, and the magic. And the magic is very important, and the dragons are coming in again now because they are our some of our most honored allies in regards to magic and bringing the magic back. online within our cellular DNA and within our remembrance. Because the dragons come from the magical realm, they are carriers of magic, and are they have special abilities, all of them, and the frequency of who they are will enable us to reactivate our own magic. And when I say magic, I mean our superpowers. And that can be telepathy and all of these things, clairvoyance and psychic abilities, of course. It can be weather manipulation. It can be wielding and conjuring energy and alchemy. And sacred alchemy, I want to speak about that for a minute, because the sacred alchemy and our ability as human beings to conduct sacred alchemy is knowledge that we really, really need now to remember and reactivate. It's so important. And because with that knowing of ourselves as sacred alchemists, we begin to understand our own importance and our own power. And when we see ourselves as powerful, not in the sense of I'm powerful and now I have power over everybody else. That's not what I mean. I mean divine power. I'm talking about divine power, the power to create my own reality, the power to heal myself, the power to shift energy instantly, the power to be in the observer, the power to elevate and expand, the power to enhance my consciousness. That's what I'm talking about. When we begin to dive into that area, we become aware of our own divinity, and we start to realize that we're not just flesh and bones. We're actually a spark of the divine, a piece of the divine incarnated into matter, as you and me. And as I'm saying this, I'm just feeling this. I'm just feeling so honored. I feel the sacredness of everything, and that is part of the benevolent traits of the angelic human, the sacred heart, and the sacred fire, and the sacred alchemy. Because the more we master alchemizing in the now moment, the more the more powerful we are, and the easier it gets to create our own reality, to manifest and to call in the frequency of what we wish to see and be and experience. So you have a big mission on earth, and you are a shaman. We are all daughters and sons of the healers down the lineages, throughout the lineages, and the shamans throughout the lineages. So our job in this life is to remember that. And we have had so many incarnations as healers and energy workers. So in this life, we're all just coming in from the cold. But what is going on is that we're waking up, we're coming in, we have no idea, we're cold and frozen, and we sit down by the fire and we get warmed up, and suddenly everything starts coming back online. It just comes back online. And we wake up to the fact that we are the ones we've been waiting for. We are who we think we are. And it is so important to embrace that particular perception that you have about yourself, because you really are that. And so if you've been having a lot of thoughts lately about, I actually think that I'm a big healer. I actually think that I'm supposed to wake up people and help them in their awakening process. I actually believe that I'm here to help people transform their pain into potential. I actually feel that I have a lot of knowledge about plant medicine, about herbs, and about healthy food that I need to share, that I need to bring out into the world. um, then you're right. If you've had all these thoughts lately, it's not a coincidence. It is a result of the awakening of the dragon energies on the planet and within the collective energy of humanity. And it is a result of the hatching of the dragon eggs, releasing the divine Christa Sophia energy into the grid. And you are receiving all this information, and this makes you reawaken to the truth of you. Now, in this process, another important thing, a very important thing, is to embrace the wisdom of the womb. The womb as being the cradle, the center of all creation, and the womb as the feminine creator principle. It's also the Sophia, it's the Isis, the Inanna, the Oset, the Kali Ma, the Lakshmi, all the great mothers. Um, the mother energy and the goddess energy, the divine feminine energy, the divine feminine primordial energy, which is the natural sexual life force, Kundalini, golden cobra, streaming through you. It has been dormant within the, pelvis and at the bottom of the spine, and so many light workers are feeling this Kundalini awakening and rising in these times. And this can give symptoms as with lower back pain, and if you have slip discs or something like that, they might be acting up again. Hip joint pain, and just really a deep sense of heat in your body. Maybe you have heat flashes during the night, waking up in a sweat. These are all signs that your Kundalini is rising, and that the primordial feminine life force is awakening within you. And so it's very beneficial for us to do regular energy work where we are connecting with our womb space, tuning into our womb, sounding into our womb. The voice is connected with the womb, through muscles and nerves going all the way down from your throat and into your womb space and your yoni area and all the muscles you have there. And so it's very powerful to activate your voice when you are doing womb connection work. And this also correlates to, I want to say, a second awakening of our throat chakra. We are being reactivated in our throat chakra. We're experiencing another awakening in our throat chakra because, as you may be sensing, there is still a lot of um, censoring of voice and freedom of speech. It gets more and more difficult. People are getting shut down on social media, and in the UK, people are being arrested for carrying signs that they are supporting Palestine. That equals an arrest in Great Britain uh, right now as we're speaking. So there is a serious attempt to shut down the freedom of speech. So we are getting reactivated, and we are on the brink of shifting from the year of the snake to the year of the fire horse. And this is really powerful. The horse is a symbol of freedom and liberty, and you can almost see a horse just running on the beach, and the hair just flowing in the wind, and you can see this huge sign. And for the longest time, almost for a year now, I have been seeing in the waves and in the clouds in the skies, I've seen um horses coming in, huge uh groups of horses just coming in and just drifting in. And I've just been feeling so strongly in my entire body how it's coming in. It's coming in. Freedom's coming. Freedom's gonna come, and we're not alone, and we have so much support. So with this reactivation of our throat, it's very good to sing and sound and be active with your voice. Use your voice in healing work, release work, and in the sacred alchemy that you're doing, in all your energy work. Really, it's so powerful and potent. We're also being asked to speak the truth, to be honest and truthful, to get it out also when you are not agreeing with other people, uh, your boss, your father, your mother, your lover, but to really stand strong and be sovereign in your truth with your voice. And we are deeply protected. But it's very important that we just take a moment to really embody, to understand and know that we are ancient divine beings. We have ancient divine blood running through our veins. We are very important. There is nothing coincidental about our existence. It is so important that we just really take that in. Some of us may remember our Lemurian lives or Atlantean lives, even galactic lives, and all of that is truth that we must now gather and center as a uh, steadfast knowing within us, so that we can embrace our role as healers and shamans and light warriors on this earth plane. And that is the essence of being a light warrior. Um, that is someone who is fighting for divine justice, who is standing up for divine truth, for justice, for oneness and equality and the law of one. We are God's ambassadors. That is who we are. We're carrying the armor of God, and we're here to bring the truth and the change. So no matter how dark everything seems to be, no matter how black, pitch black dark it is, remember the light. You are the light. Don't worry. Do not worry, because worry is feeding the wrong wolf. We need to be in the light and to feed the light. And we do that by dealing with our own inner darkness. We do that by doing our shadow work. We do that by diving into the womb of creation, into the benevolent darkness to understand and discern between the two and understand the difference. And in understanding the duality, the polarity, we can finally come into neutrality and see the bigger picture, that it's all one. It's all God. Because God is bringing us the lessons through polarity so that we can understand oneness, singularity. Yeah. And I really wanted to come online and just really talk about this today. And there's so many strong, beautiful, competent individuals creating videos and posts. And I'm just really, I really am so grateful for all your wisdom. But the calling today was so strong in me to really tell us, to give us all this message, because right now we are all stepping into the mission of telling people to wake up. And there are many ways to do that. We can share honestly, share posts on a social media, post about Sudan, post about the countries and the atrocities that are not being mentioned in the news, in the mainstream news. We can speak our truth when people are talking. I remember, I think it was 2021, 22, right around the COVID period, where we were going through this theme of wanting to speak our truth about the jabs and the agenda, and also about other things. But many of us felt that it was no use, and the ones who actually did speak their truth ended up losing family members and friends and entire networks. So that was very rough on us. And what is going on right now is something like that, but in a slightly different way, where we don't necessarily have to lose people. If we lose people and relationships over speaking our truth now, it's more likely that it's about a karmic relationship, a karmic loop that is ending, because this is a 9 year and everything is ending now, because everything needs to end now before we enter the year of the horse, because then it's a 1 year and it's a new beginning. So we are really purging, and it is really like the last dark night of the soul. I'm not going to say there is never going to be another dark night of the soul, but we have had so many. We have had several since the COVID and moving forward until today. But what is going to change is us, because we have now done so much work that we're at a point where if we need to go back in to the Shadowlands, it's gonna be in a different way than before, because we have changed, we have upgraded, we are much more in our mastery, in our royalty, and in our neutrality, and in the observer. We are much more in the 5D than we were 5 years ago, 3 years ago. And within the past 2 years, it has really, really accelerated. And this year, 2025, has been crazy, right? It's gone crazy fast. With the expansion, with the evolution, with the ascension, with the understanding, with the mastery, and the upgrading. And that is mainly because of the egg hatching and the dragon frequencies streaming in, but also because of the sun, the influx, the light from the sun, the codes streaming in from the spiritual sun. It has really, really accelerated everything. And having gone through so many dark nights of the soul and having done so much shadow work, you know, and you have the gift of courage. You are so powerful and so courageous. You've been on this path for many, many years now, and you know exactly what this game is all about. And you're not easy to shake, you know. It takes quite a bit to shake you out of alignment now. And that is a good thing to remember because we may sometimes feel that, oh my God, now I did actually now I'm actually feeling some fear about, you know, what is happening in the world, and I see people getting pulled off the social media for speaking out, and oh, what about me, and all of these things. So forgiveness, forgiving ourselves. But even though we may be feeling these things, we are the sacred alchemists, and we do have the ability to shift the energy in that now moment. And before, it may have been feeling afraid or feeling scared for days. And now it's feeling scared um, for an hour or maybe just 5 minutes, and then we're back in the game. And with that, I would love to just pick a card, pick some cards from the Goddess Oracle decks. I have two decks, I've mixed them up. It's one is Doreen Virtue's Divine Goddesses, and the other one is African Spirituality. So just asking the goddesses of clear message for us right now. Yes, golden opportunity, Yemaya, Yemanya. Important doors are opening for you right now. Walk through them. So if it hasn't already started for you, this is what's coming. We are walking into our brightest days. We're walking into our success. The planets are lining up. We're bringing brighter days. And no matter how that's going to look, we are trusting divine timing. And while we're waiting, it's a very good thing to do some forgiveness, some self-forgiveness. Because we're not interested in staying in the drama, staying in the anger, staying in the grief, staying in the hatred or the rigidity or the holding on to all the old, right? We want to forgive ourselves now for not having our own backs, for deserting ourselves, for not being able to trust ourselves because we were so wounded that we dragged ourselves into so much trouble, right? And we want to forgive ourselves now. And we want to forgive our everybody else also, to free ourselves from those heavy emotions of all the time having to hold on to being negative towards that person and projecting all this negativity onto others because it's dragging down our frequency. So now we understand that it's self-loving to actually forgive. And We love ourselves because we see the light that we are now. We've done so much work and we're actually remembering the royalty that we are and the shamans and the healers that we are. So that love for that beautiful expression of God um, over trumps everything else. And so finally we can forgive. And a good way to do this is actually asking our higher self to come in and forgive our human self for everything. Because the higher self will easily do that because the higher self is completely aware that our human self had to do and go through all of these things, all of these emotions, all of these negative happenings, experiences, to become that higher source, to wake up to who you are, to retrieve all those lost aspects again, and to understand what unconditional love is, what purity is, what freedom is. To understand what freedom is, what true freedom is, you have to be held in captivity. You know, that is the earth school. And that's what we signed up for. And your higher self knows that. And that is why it's so easy to forget everything. So we may use the remains of the year of the snake to do the forgiveness work so that we can retrieve all those hidden aspects. It's also transformation work, right? That's also transformational. Yes. Yes, and to remember that we are royalty, we are the high priestess, we are who we think we are. So releasing judgments about ourselves and others, focusing on love and light, and love and light within everyone is that beautiful teaching of Kuan Yin on compassion that is so needed right now. And I know it's very difficult, but what is actually beneficial is to practice forgiving the atrocities that we're seeing committed right now on the planet, to forgive the opposition, to forgive the polarity, send compassion, sending love, sending, beaming out that pure heart, that sacred heart energy. Yes, and it's also time to pray. It's time to go into ceremony and to make our lives more ceremonial, creating altars, visiting sacred spaces, connecting with energy vortexes in nature. And some of us are called to different geographical locations to do grid work. Others are called to sacred places to heal and awaken the dragon lines, awaken the dragons to hatch the eggs, all of these things. And some are in the priestess lines called to really go within and cultivate the divine feminine energies and help Gaia Sophia birth herself into this rebirth with an activated primordial feminine power. We are all activating our feminine life force, but connection with the divine in whatever way, whichever way that you feel is most potent for you. and what is calling you in regards to, or depending on what kind of light worker you perceive yourself to be, uh, any connection, any way you can connect with the divine is pivotal right now. It is such important work, and to really keep sending out those positive intentions for humanity and for the earth. Yeah. I think that's it for now. Um, and I just want to say, as a closing remark, that when we are talking about dragon energies, the red ember dragon, the red ember dragons are beautiful energies to work with. The red dragons are earth dragons and they are fire dragons, earth and fire dragons. And they represent the fiery earth, which is lava and magma, volcanoes. And as we know right now, there are a lot of eruptions, and we can see that as a symbol of Mama Gaia, Gaia Sophia, being in this kind of transformation and truly embodying her primordial feminine life force, and embodying her transformation. And the red ember dragon in this illustration is um, squeezing the darkness, squeezing the shadow, and just really um, squeezing it into light, into diamond light. And this is the same process as coal as it turns to diamond. That is the very process that the red ember dragon wants to bring in right now, as a picture for you to really see how you can take the pain, take your pain, take your shadow, take the wickedness of the world, and alchemize it, shift it into light. There is always gold in the shadow. There is always a treasure in the shadow. And we have to figure out what that is. Um, and as we, because we are in the flesh, we are incarnate, we are physical matter, spirit in the matter. It's important for us to embody our wisdom, to embody our knowing, to embody everything. And that means sounding it into existence so that you can feel it resonating within your entire body, and really grounding your spirituality, and and really allowing yourself to take all this spiritual knowledge of your galactic inheritance and roots and ground it into the human life. Oh, yes, I'm also Pleiadian or whatever that is. Oh, yes, I talk to the dragons and really become it, really embrace it, and also embodying um, the wisdom from your pain, your life experiences, um, experiencing loss or death, betrayal, rape, abuse, and really taking what did I get from that? Okay, so part of my shadow from the rape and all the abuse is that I saw how I was so scared of saying no and of standing up to myself. I was so afraid, and I forgive myself for being afraid and for being so scared and feeling so helpless and not pulling myself out of that situation. I forgive myself. And I see now that the treasure in this pain and this shadow is to always have my own back. I am my own backbone and I am protecting, taking care of myself. And I have a right to speak up, to be me, and to say no. I have a right. That's just an example. So you can call in the red dragons and the red ember dragons to assist you in embodying your wisdom so that you can move forward with your mission as we step into the year of the horse, the new beginning. And you're ready to ride on. Yes, to ride into the sunset. I'm going to make another video where I'm going to talk about how the red dragon has been hijacked. The red dragon energy has been hijacked by the soft hats, I like to call them, and why that is. But for now, I want you to just take in this picture. And just know that that is you. You are that alchemist. And you are that powerful. And you are that darkness. And you are that light. Yeah. And to finish off this beautiful channeling, I want to say that a few days ago, it dawned upon me. I used to be a light in the darkness. Those days are over. Now I am a light in the light, and so are you. This is the dawning of the golden age. We are bringing in brighter days. Let's focus on that and amplify that through our rituals and our ceremonies, our prayers and our intentions. And let's sound it into existence through frequency, energy, blueprint work with the divine dragons as our allies. I'm sending you so much love, prosperity, blessings, and protection. May the angels of the highest light, the divine dragons of the highest light, and the Most High Spirit, Mother, Father, God, always be with you. Namaste.